Genre-wise, that does make sense, but sometimes you will find things like eggs just, hanging around with the beans in England and not refrigerated either. That's a
Oh, that's a crime. You cannot put eggs with beans. Oh, if this goes this way, sometimes you'll find chocolate and eggs together. No chance. This is crazy stuff. Americans, please never adopt this type of behavior. What's up, my friend? Today I'll be reacting to 5 ways British and American grocery stores are very different. This should be a fascinating video. But before I go into that, can I ask you for one thing? If you can leave a like on this one, thank you so much for that, my friend. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. You guys end up recommending this one quite a lot, so let's play it.
So next time you're in the other country, why not play a game of, oh look, it's that thing we have back home, but they call it something wildly different. Isn't this fun?
Okay.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to grocery stores, or should I say, supermarkets, because that's what...
Grocery stores sounds much better than supermarket stores. Basically just say supermarkets. Never mind. Both are good, but I go grocery stores.
We call them in the UK. Weirdly, I've been doing this channel now for about nearly 5 years, and I don't think I've really ever touched on the major differences between grocery stores and supermarkets. That is probably because the nauseating experience of walking around said stores is second only to malls. I'll be honest with you, we get our shopping delivered. Haven't had to walk into a grocery store in about 3 years. But I did do some research, so it's fine. And so without further ado, let's take a look at 5 big ways that British and American grocery stores / supermarkets are so very, very different.
Let's see it. Layout. Is really that different?
Yes, layout. As you can probably imagine, the layout of American grocery stores tends to be slightly different to that of Britain, but that makes sense. I mean, the United States itself is laid out quite differently to Britain. I don't just mean it's a different shape, I mean it incorporates different shapes. I did a video on this. Basically, America is obsessed with rectangles. Anyway, that's not connected to today's video. I think this difference might have changed a little bit in recent years. For instance, it's a common practice in both countries now to put the fresh veg right near the entrance section to give this illusion of health as you walk in and then you walk.
Yeah, this is happening here also. Normally, it's kind of funny that he says that because I also have been noticing that in supermarkets in Portugal. Oh man, I said supermarkets. Yeah, but the correct expression is supermarket, is not grocery store. But this is a great point, actually.
Over to the chocolate and everything falls apart. But other than that, as you're walking around the stores in both countries, you will see the odd difference, sometimes very odd difference. So for instance, in some British grocery stores / supermarkets, you might find the eggs not in the dairy section. What's that all about? And since I've moved to America, that seems to make sense, right? It's with the cheese, it's with the milk, the whipped cream, and sort of...
I mean, of course, what type of psychopath does not put the eggs close to the milk and the eggs? And the cheese, never mind. That's crazy. I mean, Americans do this. Good on you guys. Portuguese people also do this. Good on us. British people, shame. Shame, shame, shame.
Genre-wise, that does make sense, but sometimes you will find things like eggs just, hanging around with the beans in England and not refrigerated either. That's a...
Oh, that's a crime. You cannot put eggs with beans. Oh, if this goes this way, sometimes you'll find chocolate and eggs together. No chance. This is crazy stuff. Americans, please never adopt this type of behavior. No chance.
Shocking thing for a lot of Americans when they see that. The wine...
I mean, for a lot of people in the world, not just Americans. Come on.
Section might be found in a different...
Actually, let's roll it back a bit.
Eggs just, hanging around with the beans in England and not refrigerated either. That's a shocking thing for a lot of Americans when they see that. The wine section might be found in...
No. Oh my god, this eggs conversation is crazy. You guys put the eggs on the fridge? See, now is Americans being weird. You lost me. I'm joking, by the way, but do you guys really put the eggs on the fridge?
like eggs, just, you know, hanging around with the beans in England and not refrigerated either. That's a shocking thing for a lot of Americans.
But they don't need to be refrigerated, right? We have, so the way it goes here is we have, let me think, we have basically butter, cheese, milk, and the eggs. No fridge for the eggs. No fridge for the milk. But fridge for the cheese and for the butter. Because otherwise that stuff does not last long. This is the correct way, my friend. You guys, you are crazy. You need to put the eggs on the fridge. I actually do it in my house, to be honest with you guys. But on the supermarket, they are not on the fridge.
Americans when they see that. The wine section might be found in a different spot to where you'd find it in US grocery stores. Across both countries though, it's always going to differ, especially depending on the actual store itself. So keep an eye out for that. And kind of connected to layout is our next entry. I've said it before and I'll say it again, size is not everything, though you probably wouldn't believe that.
Yeah, my wife tells me that all the time. Size is...
Saw the difference between UK supermarkets and American grocery stores. I used to think as a kid that whenever my mum would drag me around Asda, which is one of our major supermarkets, that particular supermarket was absolutely huge. And then I moved to America and I was equally dragged around Walmart. And in recent years, the comparison between the two has become quite apt. And
dude, when I go, in the future of course, to Walmart, I will record everything to show my friends. No chance I would not do. That stuff is like a museum to me.
That is because Walmart owns Asda. But the fact remains that Asda, most of them anyway, are not located within their own zip code, postcode. Whereas
yeah, Asda, I am not aware of this type of stuff.
Walmart, it might as well have its own zip code. They're absolutely huge. They're so large, in fact, that just walking around the perimeter is enough for your weekly exercise. Which I suppose is good considering all of the calories that you're about to buy. And
dude, I think Walmart is bigger than the Portuguese government. I'm telling you guys. I think it is. I think it is. It's so big that, yeah.
Because Walmart and to a lesser extent Kroger are absolutely massive, that means you have the following.
Ooh, this is true. Sorry.
That means you have the following.
So this is 100% true. One thing that I really love about America, especially when I react to this type of stuff, and you guys already know, I really like the US, is that you have so many choices. Man, capitalism really works well in America. Here, since things are a bit small, sometimes it's actually quite frustrating. So one thing that happens to me a lot is I go to a supermarket and if I'm doing a big purchase, let's say the purchase for the month or for the week, I may have to go to another and after that go to another. Oh man, I waste so much time. I wish there was a giant supermarket like Walmart or Costco. Costco? Did I say that correct? I'm sure I did. Or not. But I wish we had that because it's annoying to have to go to multiple supermarkets.
In the United Kingdom, nationwide, you've got the likes of Sainsbury's, Tesco, Morrison's, Asda. So we have choice in that regard, but once you get inside the stores, we probably don't have quite as much to offer as the United States, who, for instance, provide you with about 27 varieties of Coca-Cola. I haven't tried them all. In fact, I've been...
My friends, you want to know what Coca-Cola I have in my supermarket? Normal Coca-Cola, zero caffeine Coca-Cola, zero sugar Coca-Cola. That's it. I'm not joking. That's it.
Barely tried any of them, but the rule seems to be that the brighter the packaging, the more varieties there'll be, and also the brighter the packaging, the least healthy it'll be. So to reiterate, American aisles have more variety than British aisles. That was a joke, wordplay. British Isles, you got it. We're good. Walmart has such variety, you can even buy auto parts. They're usually at the back of the store, which is not the best place between you and me, because what if you're buying a big hefty tyre? How are you going to get that out? You could roll it, that's true. In fact, that sounds amazing. I might do that next time I'm in Walmart. I've just remembered I'm never going back in a Walmart, so we're good. And I don't drive. And speaking of purchases, once you get to the till/cash register, there's another chief difference between our two countries.
Tell us.
I have...
Oh, baby. Sales taxes. Okay, so we have tax when we buy stuff here, but it's the same for the entire country. 23%. Things that are very necessary tends to be, I believe, 6% or 5%. I believe it's 6%. And there is other items that are a bit on the middle. But you guys think 23%, André? Yeah, that's crazy. I know. But we know, basically. You know what I mean? That's it. If you go to a different region, you expect the same. But to be fair, I mean... Portugal is so small, but in Europe this happens a lot also. I know there is some specific cases where the tax may change, but in general tends to be, you know, the country picks one thing, goes with that. But since the states, they have their own rights, right? So they right, so they can choose what tax they put, I believe.
I have to admit, this one got me long before I moved to the United States when I was visiting the state of Maine in 2004. I walked into a music shop, as you do. I much prefer music shops to supermarkets anyway. And I purchased a ukulele. I think I talked about this very recently. And in doing so, of course, I looked at the price. $15, which is cheap. I mean, don't ever do that again. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last very long. So I took it to the counter expecting to pay exactly that in three $5 bills, only to be told, you know, $17.32. I mean, I'm making that number up in hindsight. I didn't really get where that additional $2 came from. And it turns out that sales tax is applied at the point of sale, whereas in the United Kingdom, what you see on the price tag in the aisle itself is exactly what you'll pay for that item. So there's no surprises when you get to the till. I should say that...
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly the same here. Basically, there is the tax, but is already priced in. You know, it's very rare that you look at something and you have to put that 23%. You know, it's automatic on the price. And actually, this is one thing that I don't understand, my friends. Why you guys don't do also that? You know, because I have nothing against you guys have different tax in California versus Texas versus Colorado versus Montana, whatever. That's for me is totally fine. Since America is so big, I understand that you may have to apply different type of taxation, right? But why not already put on the price? You know, I mean, if you are in Maine, you already know how much you have to add to that. But if you are the owner of the store, already put... I know he's probably following some laws, don't get me wrong, but imagine if that was possible. If the Akalui or something like that was $15, with tax was 17, just put 17 on the price tag. That way no one gets any surprise. I don't know.
I think in England, even when I'd go grocery shopping...
I probably did not make a lot of sense to you guys, right? But at least this is the way I think.
I didn't calculate in my head each item as I went along, so I never really had a great idea about what that total was going to be anyway. It's usually when you're just purchasing single items, this problem first arises. But anybody that's visiting America from the UK who usually doesn't give a second thought to VAT, you will have to give thought to sales tax, which is kind of the equivalent here of VAT. And like I said, that sales tax is not applied to the whole store before you even go in. You'll see it applied to your receipt after the fact. It's not...
VAT is also what we have here. In Portuguese, the word is IVA.
Not a huge deal. I got used to it, you know, after a couple of years. One thing I'm still getting used to, though, is our final entry. Yes, brand differences, and I'm not talking about, you know, this particular brand that you simply can't get an equivalent of in the UK. No, I'm talking about the exact same object, or typically food item, that has the same font and everything and look about it, but a completely different name. Take, for instance, Axe versus Lynx. They're deodorants, don't eat them. I'm not suggesting the...
No, wait. It's crazy because Axe is my favorite brand when it comes to personal care. You know what I mean? I really, really like Axe. Even yesterday I bought Axe. There is a different name for that in America or is in UK? I'm actually not sure.
Of in the UK. No, I'm talking about the exact same object, or typically food item, that has the same font and everything and look about it, but a completely different name. Take, for instance, axe versus links.
No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. This makes no sense. What? Axe sounds so much better than Lynx. Okay. Okay, I mean, yeah.
They're deodorants, don't eat them. I'm not suggesting these are all food items, but if you are a 14-year-old boy, you know what Axe deodorant is, or Lynx. They are exactly the same thing. They both have an X in it, much like an inordinate amount of brand differences, actually. You've got TJ Maxx versus TK Maxx, you've got ExxonMobil versus Esso, you've got Dove versus Galaxy. Alexa, what are they going to change your name to? I don't have Alexa. That was just a joke. But if you're from the US and you go over the UK and you're walking around the shopping aisles and you're looking out for crisps / potato chips and you see one that looks a little bit like Lay's, you know, Lay's, the American crisp company, it'll be called Walker's, but it has the exact same font, everything else about it.
Okay, wait a second. This is no, I really do not believe in this. I'm just gonna Google this. Wait, Lay's. We also have Lay's is Walker's. Walker's. That should be. That's no chance at all. Walker's. That's a sneakers brand. No chance. I actually believe Lay's is a thing in the US, so this is British doing weird stuff. I'm sorry, no chance. Okay, I may cut this part of the video or not. I mean, we are at the end of the video. No one is watching right now. Axe in America. Dude, I'm seeing the tool. God damn it. Oh, okay. The UK, where Axe is known as Lynx. That's weird. Okay. I love that you guys call it Axe. So, Portugal a bit ahead in terms of brand recognition because we don't adopt that weird stuff like the UK. Okay, okay. I'm much more comfortable now. So, I have Lay's here. I have Axe here, so I love that.
Is the same, except for some of the flavors, bear that in mind. And some of the chocolate seems to live in an entirely different universe. Literally, in some cases, like I said before, the British Galaxy bar is Dove in America, Milky Way is Three Musketeers, and Mars is Milky Way. It's
What are the UK people doing? This is the Galaxy. What?
Milky Way is Three Musketeers, and Mars...
No chance. They call this Milky Way. Of course this is Mars.
Is Milky Way. It's all one star cluster of monumental differences, and of course there are absolutely loads. So next time you're in the other country, why not play a game of, oh look, it's that thing we have back home, but they call it something wildly different. Isn't this fun? You know, you might get bored after a while, but send me your pictures. It will be amazing. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below some of the observations you've made over the differences between a British supermarket and an American grocery store. In the meantime, if you haven't had the chance to do so, please subscribe to my channel so that my videos don't get lost in the pond. And a big shout out to all my patrons, without whom none of this would be possible, from the writing to the research to the exercise in Walmart. If you would like to become a patron of Lost in the Pond, you can do so at patreon.com/lost.
Okay, great video, Lawrence. I mean, always does great stuff, all jokes aside, but this was a crazy one. Okay, I mean, sorry, let's see it again. The layout, okay. Size, this makes sense. Variety, okay. Sales taxes and brand difference. The brand difference was crazy to me, to be honest with you. But great video. Hope you guys end up enjoying this one, like I tend to say. I like when videos are this way, because if I'm reacting to things that I'm already aware, can become a bit boring. This was not the case at all. And that's it for today, my friends. Hope you end up enjoying this video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like. Also consider to subscribe if you are new to my channel. And also let me remember you about one thing. I have a Patreon community. I put videos there a bit earlier than I put on YouTube. So if you want to support me and have access to early content, go to my Patreon. I will leave a link on my description. Take a look at that. You can also scan the QR code you'll be seeing here. And that's it.